Me and my rookie self. All right. So I don't expect there to be, I'm going to try to go live on TikTok at the same time. All right. Here I am live discussing the Good Ole Girls Network and the communities. We are 12 days away from launch. And one of the things that I think is going to be really special about this community is the sub communities that are within here. So that's what I wanted to discuss this evening. Again, I didn't do a great job at marketing this live, so I'm recording this and hopefully people will go back and watch it so you can know what to expect. One of the critical things that has been coming through when people have been signing up to get notified is that they are so looking forward to positivity and looking forward to finding their tribe. There's a lot going on in the world right now, good, bad, and indifferent. I hope that you're availing yourself of the good and the bad. So let me get right into it. I'm going to tell you about the communities that you can expect to find. There's a general community, which is the GOGN Unite, the GOGN Women Unite. This is a general community. We're all sort of believers of the Good Ole Girls Network and this journey to living a more fulfilled life in every aspect of your life. This is where we will all gather. Okay. There is a Black women resting community. This is a sanctuary for self-care and restoration for Black women. Welcome to Black Women Resting, a dedicated space within the Good Ole Girls Network where Black women can prioritize themselves. We're going to be talking about tips, tricks, retreats, things that you can do to fortify yourself, to rejuvenate yourself in this time. So I'm really excited about that particular community. Then there is a general women resting community. I used to say, when I was coming up in corporate America, people would say, "Oh, well, how are you doing?" "Oh, I'm busy, 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 busy." And everybody wanted to be busy because somehow it validated your existence. Well, for me, balanced is the new busy. So it's not about being so busy as much as it is making sure that I am fortifying myself in the various areas of my life. And so that's what women resting. Also, if you're on, whether you stay on or not, can you please just let me know if you can hear me? I have two mics on because I'm live on TikTok and I'm also live on YouTube. Again, this is my rookie setup, but please do let me know if you can hear me. I will be distraught if can one of you just let me know that you can hear me on here, again, whether you stay on or not. I don't see anything on YouTube. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes. Okay, great. You can hear me. All right. This is going to be short and sweet, but what I'm really letting you all know this evening is what you can look forward to within the communities on the Good Ole Girls Network. So we talked about Black women resting. There is a women resting, which is a sanctuary for self-care and renewal. Again, this is about living a more fulfilled life in every area of your life, professionally, financially, relationally, emotionally. And the first part of the work that we're going to do is self-discovery. The work that we're going to do is identifying our core values, understanding what makes us tick, because it's going to be really critical within the community that you understand yourself. Okay. There is a beyond good intentions, building real sisterhood across races. One of the things that came out of this election cycle in my personal TikTok account was a plethora of white women who were interested in understanding what they're not doing, what they could be doing, how to learn more about Black women. And so for Black women who aren't in the full rest mode, right? This isn't for you if you're not ready to be actively helping, and I get it. But for those who are interested in bridging the divide, this will be that community. There will obviously also be white women within here who will also be helping one another to understand what's going on. There's a forum called the Owner's Box, and this is for small to medium-sized businesses. I remember when I became an entrepreneur at 40, and I had 2 small children. I remember trying to find communities of women who were in my boat, women who were in their late 30s, early 40s with small children who were trying to make businesses work. It was very difficult, and I would have loved a place to go to say, "Hi, is anybody experiencing this?" So that will be for owners of corporations, owners of small to medium-sized businesses. It will not be a place for solicitation. If you connect with someone, you can direct message them if you like, but I don't want this to turn into pages of people soliciting for their particular businesses. I hope this makes sense. Eventually, people won't want to come to the page. Instead, we're going to be talking about best practices, any access to capital. So, some of the issues that we might experience as women as we try to grow our businesses. Another sub-community is the shifted society. This is a sisterhood of women who are embracing change and new possibilities. These are for women who are in transition professionally, relationally. You might be going through a divorce. You may be going through a career change. You may have had a circumstance in life that caused you to shift in some way. Okay, I see that there's one person on YouTube. No pressure, you don't if you're not staying, but could you please just let me know if you're able to hear me in the chat? That would be so amazing. So the shifted society is all about changing, shifting. All right. We have something called the Curious Corner. This is where we're exploring meaningful solutions to life's problems. Okay. So there are some unique things that often come up in life, and sometimes we feel like we're by ourselves. Thank you, Millie. Sometimes we feel like we're by ourselves in certain situations. Yes, I would like this to be a safe space, not where people come and necessarily tell all of their secrets, because there will always be a few, right, who have not gotten rooted in themselves enough to be confident enough to hear someone else's uh, concerns about their own life and not use it as a misery loves company. But to the extent that you have a situation that you need some insight into, that you would like to dig further into, there's another one called Anybody Out There. These are conversations around unique situations. The positive position. This is for inspiration, motivation, and activation. I can imagine that you see more than your share of negative news, negative posts, even sometimes the ads that are all about, fear mongering and if the grid shuts down and all of that. If you want your daily dose of positivity, this is going to be the community for you. So we are sharing inspiring stories. We are sharing things to help us activate in our lives. Another sub community is called Own It. This is the Accountability and Growth Collective. This is where you have some work to do on yourself and you would like to engage other women to see how they're handling it or any tips or tricks that they may have for how to handle specific situations. But this is where we're taking radical responsibility for our own growth. Radical responsibility. I think you will be amazed at how freeing it is to own your stuff, how freeing it is to be in a space where you can hold yourself accountable without offense, and even let other people or have someone else bring something to your attention without being offended by it, because you're in a space and place where you want to grow and you're actively looking for opportunities to grow. We have GOGN Global Girls. This is my personal favorite. I have to say, I love to travel. GOGN Global Girls, your passport to connection, adventure, and community. Now, some of you may know that you may have the best friends in the world, but that doesn't mean that you all can travel together. Amen? Sometimes your best friends in the world are not the greatest travel partners. In the GOGN Global Girls, you will be able to access information about global travel. You will be able to connect with others globally. You'll be able to share and to connect for we will have some upcoming global trips that will be happening. Now, the caveat to the GOGN global trips are that they will still be based in our belief system. So if you don't travel in a way that matches how we will be traveling, that's fine, right? This every scenario in every community is not going to be for everyone. That's the point of this whole thing is authenticity. Now think about it. When you join these communities, there's no ads, there's no algorithms, right? This is just pure connectivity in these communities for you to connect with like minded women for your own personal growth. I'm so excited. Then, last but not least, we have Caregiver Girls, a community of strength, support, and sisterhood. I personally have some very dear friends who are caring for loved ones. This is not a mommy group. Unless you are a mother who is caring for a child who has issues, I have not created yet a mommy group within that. I think that there are a bazillion of them, and you can probably get what it is that you need from another mommy community. But in this Caregiver Girls, this is where caregivers will come for support and information, maybe humor. Some of you will be incredibly experienced in caregiving. Others of you will be just starting out. And so we want to have a place for women to convene to discuss, again, best practices and resources without worrying about ads and algorithms that are forcing you to have information. We want you to get the information that you need within the community. Again, we are launching during Women's History Month on March 3rd. There is a free version of the platform. There is a premium for $360 a year, just $30 a month. And you can also join the Premium Plus, which has group coaching monthly for $960. I think that works out to $50 a month, which is a steal. Because again, this is not an organization being created to be elite. This is for women who are serious and poised and ready to truly live their best life. And it's personal. This is authentic. And the beginning of that starts with our discovery, our personal discovery. And what's interesting is for the women that have gone through my workshops and been very close to me, so not just having gone through a workshop, because I understand that sometimes when you go through workshops, those are what I call amen moments. You get something very good out of it, you hear some really powerful things, and then your muscle memory takes you back to business as usual. We don't want you going back to business as usual. We want to create sustainable change, which is why the onboarding for the Good Ole Girls Network is mandatory. There are modules. I think the total modules are 47 minutes, but it will take you some days, if not a week or so, to get through them because you have work to do after each module. Why? So that you have a fundamental foundation as you're entering into the community and that you can understand the belief system. There is a belief system. We are railing against what you should do, what you have to do, and external expectations. We have merch coming that says, no, I shouldn't, because we're looking for your why. I want you to know why you do everything you do. I want you to stop saying, I have to go to work. No, you don't. You are choosing to go to work. And the question becomes, why are you choosing? If you understand your why in everything, then you will be doing it with an empowered state instead of feeling like you have to do it. Well, I have to go pick the kids up from school. No, you don't. You can actually leave your children there. But why are you going to get them? Why are you going to get them? So we're trying to abolish this. I have to, telling people what they should do, telling ourselves what we should do, and deciding that I am going to work. And the reason why I can say I am going and not I should go or that I have to go is because I'm making the choice and I understand why that is. And that's a powerful place, and it's even powerful language. As a matter of fact, I challenge you, even after this live, in your life, when you hear yourself say, I have to, or I should, or when you tell someone else what they have to do or what they should do, pause for a moment, remove that language, and figure out why you are doing it and move from that place. So those are the sub communities. Again, the GOGN, the Good Old Girls Network, is being established for women's fulfillment, and so that we can stop leaning so heavily into societal norms and to these external expectations, which often leave us with regret on the other side. I don't even know how many people are on here. Thank you for coming, for passing through, for checking in, all the things. If you have any questions, please post them quickly. Well, not in a rush, but I don't. Hi to everyone who's on this call. Thank you, Deb, Lisa, Tiana. Oh, Miguel's on here, probably by accident. Sharon. Hello, Millie. Thank you for joining me on YouTube. Again, we're launching March 3rd. So on March 3rd, I will be going live, but also the GOGN.com will be live for you to avail yourself of the information, check out the videos, look at our mission, vision, and values, and see how this network, this army of women, can be of service to you as you live your life. So I'm excited. This is probably the hardest I've ever worked in my life. It is a labor of love, and I believe my purpose for the remainder of the time that I have here. I have been working with individuals for over 20 years on identifying core values and liberating your life from labels. And all the work that I've done, hey, Liz, sister, hey, Les, all of the work that I have done has led me to this point. So anyway, I'm elated. I'm going to let you all go. I appreciate anybody who stopped by accident or on purpose. And I hope to see you all along the way. I'll be doing a few other lives that I'm going to actually establish tonight and announce ahead of time to talk about a few things that will be going on in the Good Old Girls Network. So thank you so very much. The future is fulfilled, ladies, and it starts right now. Thank you for being here.